Hello everyone, Jairam here. Now in this video we are going to learn how we can work with model in Django. So models are for creating fields, executing the queries and working with the migrations. So first of all I'm going to enter into my project. So I'm here on my terminal in my VS Code. So first of all I have to activate this environment. So source virtual environment, source my venv bin activate. So I am in virtual environment, and now I'll enter into my project cd my project. So now we can launch the project. So what is written in the command? Python manage.py run server. So now the server is running, but you can see you have 18 unapplied migrations. So your project may not work properly until you apply migrations for app. And basically Django provides some built-in features for admin authorizations, content types and sessions, and for that some database interactions are needed, and for that Django has already created some migration file. So to apply that in our project, we'll run this. So I'm going to use another terminal. I'm pasting this command. What is the command? Python manage.py migrate. So you can see those migrations has been applied. So it's successfully created. And by default the database used by Django is SQLite. Now we are going to work with how we can create models in Django. So let's it's a very good tutorial given by Django in its documentation at djangoproject.com. I am referring that only. So I'll go to my app polls which I have created, and I am entering into the polls, then models. So this is the file where we deal with all the models work for this app polls. So I'm going to create two classes. Why I'm going to create two classes? One is the question and another is choice. I'm going to work with in this application there will be questions, and there will be multiple choices for that, and user will come to choose that question and choose the best answer, and we will note that how many votes we have got for a particular choice for that question. So let's see. We are going to create a class. Class is question, then for the parameter we'll use the model. This is the models, then model, right? And question underscore text equal to models care field. So here I am using the model, and one field I am taking is a question text. What is the text of that question? And here I am putting here what is the max length, max length equal to suppose that I have given here 200, and thereafter publication date of that question, pub date, right? So that will be models. All the fields will be properties of models, and these are data types. So date time field I'm using and putting one comment, date published, right? So two fields I have created here, and another class I am going to create is the choice for each question. So here models dot model, and I'll use choice for which question. So this question will be as a foreign key, sorry for typo, question equal to models dot foreign key, and foreign key for which class, which table, basically you are referring which model, it is question, right? Question is the model with which there is a foreign relationship, and on delete, if question will be deleted, that choice will be also deleted. So models dot cascade, this is the one of the property. And then what will be the choice text models dot care field, then I'm putting here max length equal to 200, and votes, how many votes this choice is getting while answering. So basically polls we are making, so like one question, how many people are polling on a particular choice. So here is models dot integer field will be this one, and default value will be 0. So there is no any votes, so I put it here 0. So this is the two models I have created, and so it's, hope you're familiar with that. This is the field name I'm creating, this is the main object, models object, we'll use this one, and this is the one of the property of the models, and that is a data type, and here is the max length is this, and what is the size of that field in the database. And similarly the publication date I'm putting here, date time field here, and just a comment here because I have not put here the max length, something like that for the date. And the choice, similarly we are making foreign relationship, and if you note I have not put it here any ID. So by default one ID will be assigned by Django for each one, and this was already mentioned in the settings file. There is a big auto field, this is the default big auto field will be assigned, so we do not need to put, we can put, but by default this will come. So now again we are here. Now the next step is how we are going to associate this app which we have right now created the models. We need to include this app in our project. So we need to add a reference to its configuration class in the if you go to the settings, there is a installed apps setting. So here if you see there is a polls config class in the here the polls class in the polls app.py, here the polls config class. So we will use that. So we are going to refer this one. So what is the path of this one? Polls apps polls config. So this is the path, and we are going to assign this path in the setting so that Django will know we have another app. So this will be like polls dot apps dot, and what was the name of the class? It is apps polls config, right? So we have associated this one with Django. Now we will run make migrations command, which will create the migrations file, and we'll see. So now I have opened two terminals, one where the web server is running, and another is I am executing the commands, right? So here I will run the command python manage.py make migrations polls. This is the app's name, right? So created migrations is created in this folder, polls migrations, this one. So if you see, there is a folder and one migration is created, and whatever we have mentioned in this model, if you see, id is auto generated, big auto field, id is auto generated, big auto field for both the classes which we have created in models file. And when this will be applied to database, id, question text, pub, these things will be created. These fields will be created in two tables, question and another is choice. So the next step is, whatever the migration file is created, we need to see what is the exact command will be executed when we migrate. So let's see. For that we'll have to write python manage .py SQL migrate and app name and the ID of the migration. So ID of the migration file is, here you can see it's a 0001. So I have written here. Now if I am executing, it's showing what the exact SQL command will be executed when we migrate, right? Yet not it's integrated the database has been not created those things, but now this is the exact output will be the SQL file, SQL commands when we will about to add those fields and tables in the SQLite database. So how we can add this command, execute this command? We'll have to write python manage.py migrate, right? So if you see, it successfully all the migrations applied, and this also running migrations is this one, new one. So previously no any changes, but it's just saying that apply all migrations. So we have successfully added this in our SQLite database. So suppose that we want to see and we want to enter the cell script and want to do some database operations and want to see how we can interact with these two tables, question and choice. So Django has also provided this shell like a command prompt through which we can interact with Django and database. So the command is python manage.py shell. So I'm on one of the terminal. Basically this is the shell for the interacting with the database. So and also we will be able to use database related functions of Django. So here we'll first try to do from polls.models import. I'm importing these two models, choice, one was choice and another was question. I've imported. So suppose that I want to see number of records in question model. So I'll write question dot objects dot all, right? So you see blank because we have just created the tables and there is no any data. And also we can suppose that we want to insert the data, and we have there is a publication date. So for that we will need to import one package which which is the time zone before any insertion of the data in the table. Question. So from Django dot utils import, basically this is the utility package. I'm importing only time zones. Import time zone, right? So already imported successfully. Now I'm creating our query, and the query is question, and for the question table, what is the question text? Question underscore text is one of the field, and I'm going to give some value. What is new? And then another field, pub underscore date. Then I'm using the time zone dot now, right? So this is the query I'm going to execute, right? So this query is created, and basically this is object is saved into database, and basically a temporary query is created, but this object need to be saved in the database. So for this we have to call q save. So this will save it into the database. Now suppose that there is a pointer. This q is like a pointer, and pointer, or you can say object. So, and this object created a record, and now I'm going to print id on q.id. See, this is printing 1, means by default one id field was added, and first record is inserted, so it's auto increment. So first id is 1. Now suppose I want to see question text, so I'll type q.question text. So this will be what's new. Oops, what's new? Sorry for typo. So what's new was here, and suppose I want to see another one field, publication date, pub underscore date. So you see it's displaying the date with the time, with the which is the time zone. So it's all everything, because UTC is displaying because I have not changed the time zone. So now as this object is active, and I want to change the question text. So how you can do that? Q dot question underscore text equal to what's new. I'm correcting here, what's new, and then q dot save. It's saved. Let's print q dot question underscore text. So what's new? It's successfully printing. It's a new one. And suppose I want to see number of objects in this total records created. So for this one, question object main table name dot objects dot all, means main class question class will have number of objects, and what are the all objects I'm going to print. So it is printing one object is there. So this is a normal operations. If you see, it's just returning the object, not returning any value when we are printing all. Suppose that you want to print those things instead of just this object one, only one object. So for this we'll go to the model, and in the model we'll have to add one function. For the question we'll put one function you're familiar with, which will return the string str and self, right? And this will return whatever we want to return. Here I'm returning question text, right? So anytime when this object returns anything, so it will return the question text. This question text will return, and from this one we want to return function. I'm writing the string one, and self return self dot choice text. So now I'm going to print the same command. Let's see what's it's displaying. Question text all. Okay. Second, I have to again control C, Python. So now I'm going to here displaying all objects. So then basically we have to add this underscore str underscore bracket method model. It will deal with like it will generate the text, not only the objects. So if we we are also going to add one more method under question. Under question we are going to add one more method. We have to check that this question was published recently or not. So was published recently. I have written one method here, and it also accepts self as a parameter, and this will return self dot popdate. Basically it's returning true false. Popdate greater than equal to time zone dot now minus date time dot time delta. One day I'm just reducing, and you see it's throwing some error, so I'll have to import these two packages. One is the import date time, and another is from Django dot utils import time zone. So we've already seen that why it was needed in the shell commands. I have already used that. So I have already, now if you see, I'm going to again on the terminal shell of the Django, and from polls dot models import choice question, right? Imported. Now I'm going to print all the objects. So if you see question dot objects dot all. One second, I have to again control C, then I must transfer, and if I'm printing so still it's not printing. something is void choice text, question text, right? And I'm going to create another terminal and cd my project, then from polls dot models import choice comma question. Okay, ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಾ? My project, yes. What's wrong here? So okay, my mistake. I have to start the shell. So first I have to go to the cell. So how you can go to the cell? Python manage dot py shell, right? Now I'm in the cell. So from polls dot models import choice comma question, right? It's important. Now I'm going to run this class question all objects all. See, now it's applied. Previously, if you see, it was printing number of object only. Now it's displaying the value. So, and similarly, suppose that you want to run other queries like question dot objects dot filter. There are various model functions are there. If you go to the documentation of Django, there are lots of methods you can found. So suppose I'm filtering and putting here id equal to 1. So this is the id 1 recorder I am getting. So similarly, you can have any number of much operations you can do. Now I'm going to create some choices. Right now we have question, but there is no choice, right? So before that, I'm going to have that queue object. So queue equal to question dot objects dot get pk equal to 1. So I am just put it here, pk equal to 1. Question dot objects dot get pk equal to 1. It should print here WhatsApp. Basically, I have not done. It should print here pk equal to 1 equal to question dot objects dot get primary key equal to 1. It should print. Let's see why it's not printing. So anyway, we'll see that later on. Let's add some choice here. So q dot choice underscore set dot pop. So it's blank because we have not created any choice. So how we can put the choice underscore set dot create, right? choice underscore text equal to not much, and suppose I am giving what's by default is what is 0, right? Not much, right? Similarly, I can put another q dot choice underscore set dot create choice underscore text equal to the sky, right? And for this one also boards equal to 0, right? So this is another choice, and let's only have we have two choice only. So we have c equal to q dot choice set dot create choice underscore text equal to just hacking again, and what's equal to 0, right? Now c dot question is what's name, and we put it all the choice. Now q dot choice set not all. So you can see we have choice not much, the sky, just hacking again, right? 3 choices we have. So if you want to find how many choice we have, so we can put here choice underscore set dot count, like 3 choices we have, right? And similarly we can also delete the choices and operate on those things. So this is how we can interact with creating models, and we can work with models properties, add questions, add the choices. So this is the working with a shell. In the next video we are going to see how we can integrate this app with the admin. See you soon. Thank you.